if I do look at the comments, it's like, dude, I want to get fucking hammered with that guy. And it's like...
Hey guys, welcome back. It is Chris Rudiger here with the 615 House Podcast. It's been a busy week in Nashville and a busy week for this artist in particular who's been recording and gearing up for a new record. Louisiana is kind of having a moment in country right now. I mean, there's Tim McGraw, who's been around for decades. There's Lainey Wilson, there's Dylan Scott, and there's this newcomer. He is a really good friend of mine, such a good friend that we actually lived together for a couple years in Nashville and have quite some stories to tell. So we talk about that and how he almost quit his job and moved back to Louisiana, but it was one moment on social media that changed everything and jump-started his career. This is a really, really exciting episode, and I can't wait to get into it. So please welcome a Sony music recording artist and Louisiana Bayou boy himself. This is Graham Barham. Sober as well.
Sober.
It's
incredible.
It would be. Now, if you and I were smart, what we would have done is we would have brought a bottle of whiskey in, and every 10 minutes this podcast continues, we'd do another shot.
How long is the podcast?
Well, I would say we leave it up to the whiskey.
Oh, that's a crazy idea.
Crazy idea.
I like that idea, though.
We should have had somebody go fetch, but...
There should be a nice retriever in the building somewhere.
Yeah.
Is there somebody that could...
Producer Matt, if you see anyone walking around with nothing to do, just tell them to go to the quick liquor store, grab a quick bottle.
It's super close.
Of Jackie D, and then we're back and we're in business.
I have cash.
Yeah. I personally have, obviously, you know, we've been close. We roomed together for a while, for years. I saw the good and the bad and the ugly of what it's like to room with you. I saw that I watched, the cool part about it is I watched you do laundry for the first time. I watched you bring back a girl for the first time.
So bullshit.
You know, I watched you make breakfast for the first time. It's really cool. And I've now gotten to watch you actually take off as an artist. And so I mean this wholeheartedly. I'm really proud of you.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, not a problem.
It's you definitely have, from the about to move home to not, which is crazy.
I actually wanted to talk about that. So it was 2022, right?
Yeah.
When you were, because I don't think you told the story a little bit, but like you were going to move home before Preachers Need People.
Oh yeah, gone. Well, as soon as our lease was up, I was like, I'm just going to move home and farm.
And the lease was up end of June.
Mm-hmm.
So it would have been, yeah. And then June was when it popped.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy to think that like that one video that you posted on your channel at least gave you enough hope? I'm not saying to stay, but to at least pursue it.
Literally makes no sense. Like I can't. Yeah. I was thinking about it. Like, do you remember when I walked down the stairs in the old house and I like came downstairs and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. None of this is working. I feel like I'm like making good shit, but nobody's listening to it. And I was working all these terrible jobs. And you were like, well, why don't you get on TikTok? And I was like, that's a terrible idea. And then,
yeah.
And then we started doing social media.
And it happened.
Yeah,
I think part of the problem was you probably couldn't take us seriously because it was me and our other two roommates in boxers watching like Star Wars. So there's part of that too.
Yeah. No, but dude,
you know, it's
wild.
Cool. It's wild.
It actually is pretty. Yeah, I got no words. I literally toured the Grand Ole Opry last night.
How was that?
Did a visit over there. I mean, it's just like, I don't know. Magical.
Dude, it's going to happen. You will step in it one day.
Right.
And it's going to be unbelievable.
It's a crazy thought. No, dude, I don't think about any of this stuff. I literally was in the truck the other day and Lights On came on and on Sirius XM, and I was just like, what is, like, you know, I don't have imposter syndrome like that bad, but I mean a little bit. You're just kind of like, how in the hell?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I think it's crazy that I think it's crazy that you from a small town are a very small town. I have seen it. I've gone by the one gas station. Yeah. And you came up here and you did it. I bet like the hometown, I mean, it's cool. Like I've seen, your parents and like the folks back home are so supportive of it because it's like you're the guy that like made it out, dude. Like you're the one,
It's bonkers. And like what's even crazier is that like to pay homage to my little spot that I'm from is like, dude, Lainey grew up 20 minutes to my right and Dylan Scott grew up 20 minutes to my left and Tim McGraw grew up 5 minutes behind me. Mm-hmm. Like we've had, I don't know, I've seen it like with other people from my little area, but dude, from a town of 115, you're just like,
no, for sure. I will say Louisiana breeds them well, dude. You like the Louisiana scene is strong right now.
It is.
Dylan, I know you're just on the road, Dylan. Dylan's crushing it. Laney's crushing it. I also think like the Nashville pocket, right? The Jelly Roll, the Chase Matthews is pretty big, but like if I had to choose a location right now that's the strongest, maybe Louisiana or Georgia.
Probably Georgia.
Georgia's still got too many people.
So many dudes from Georgia.
They got a deep roster.
Yeah. I feel like there's more Georgia than Tennessee.
Yeah. I mean, there is the Knoxville play too, but I don't know that many people. Well, Connor Smith was actually in Nashville. So
yeah, he's Nashville.
I don't know. I would put you maybe in the silver or bronze medalist category, but
I was so nervous about this podcast.
Why are you so nervous? Because I have all the dirt on you?
Yeah, well, yeah. I was just like, I was talking to Dylan on the phone before, and I was like, dude, because like I've been doing like more and more interviews and stuff recently, and
yeah,
a lot of them are like super formal, and I like, I like know what to say.
Yeah, we're super formal here too.
Right, and then. But it's like, I know you're going to ask me something that I don't have a quick answer for. Yeah. And yeah, it made me nervous.
Yeah. No, it's good. I like that I'm making you nervous.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know, the power is like exciting for me.
Yeah. Lord knows you need more of that for sure.
Yeah, for sure. No, but I will say like it has been crazy to watch the journey the past couple years. Obviously you putting out records, then, signing to Sony now, like you said, touring the Opry, doing all that stuff. While also still balancing everything as like, I mean, I'm close to you and our friends, but like being a normal person in Nashville, I want to talk a little bit about that because I ask people all the time on this podcast, like, how do you balance life as an artist with also life as Graham Barham, the human being?
I mean, my ex-girlfriend would probably tell you otherwise, but I try really.
Oh boy.
I try really hard to compartmentalize, but it's difficult. I'll be honest with you, dude. I was talking to my agent last night. We were drinking tequila soda limes, and I realized that maybe I'm not like nothing's really hit me yet. I feel like. Which is a cool thing. Mm-hmm. But I am realizing that like there's so many things going on that sometimes I'm like not really sure if I'm making a decision based off of like Graham or like Graham Barham. Does that make sense? It's like a lot of it's just like knee jerk. Like I'm like, oh, that's what I should do for this. But then I'm like, damn, what is that like what I don't know. But
No, dude. I think it's super real. I think when there's money on the line, when there's a career on the line, and there's other voices that are involved, those decisions skew. And then there's also, the friends and the people that are like close to you, and like your homie that gets pissed off because you don't go out to the bar because you had to stay in because you had a 6 a.m. interview the next day. It's like, those are the kind of things.
Well, I'm definitely never. Yeah, that's never. I'm not. Well, I know we all know that I'm not. Like, I'm definitely not going out and then not getting up.
Understood.
I think that's my superpower, dude.
Yeah. One question I did want to ask you is: have you ever thought to write a song not about beer or partying?
Dude, it's all they want to hear. Yes, I've put out a song about how I love Jesus and a woman. Yeah. And just...
I did notice it was lower on the catalog.
Yeah, it's just like... And it, like, it's so heartfelt, and I mean it so much, and then it's just like, nah, they just want to... And, like, all the comments are not, like... If I try not to read comments and stuff, but, sometimes I will. and they're all like,
I think that's so cap. I try not to read. It's like, no, yeah, you read comments.
Yeah, no, I actually, dude, I actually, it's crazy. I'm not on social media consuming as much as I am using it
to like post.
But if I do look at the comments, I'm like, none of them are like, God, this dude is like so like warm-hearted and sweet. It's like, dude, I want to get fucking hammered with that guy. And it's like,
but it's a brand, dude. It's a great brand.
No. It's not a brand. It's who I. It's a lifestyle that it's consuming me. You know, which brings me back to the compartmentalization piece of, yeah, dude, I have a really easy time being a human because I cope with alcohol. I'm joking. No, but yeah,
I'm trying. I have two responses here. One is for me to go like, yeah, that's sick, or one is me to be like, dude, you should maybe check into rehab. And I'm trying to figure out where I stand.
No, I like, dude, you know this. I mean, I've always lived with like my friends, and it just so happened that I mean, we were homies before we were doing stuff together, but I have to live with people like that. I have to get checked. Yeah. I mean, we all know, like, you know, everybody needs somebody to like ground them all the time, I feel like. And I live with two of my best friends. I mean, it's awesome.
Yeah.
They keep me straight, you know.
No, for sure.
So
no, I think that's super important. And I also think what's really cool that you have been able to do is I think you have balanced your ability to pursue your career also with your friendship, because you've found really beautiful ways to intertwine them that doesn't necessarily get like super ugly or messy, but like having your friends that are super supportive and coming out to shows, or like, I don't know, being in like a music video, and then at the same time also letting them know like, hey, I got to do this stuff and be on the road. I think it's a testament to you, but also just being able to navigate and balance it, because I think a lot of people don't.
Well, I'll tell you who I learned it from. It's Chase Matthew. That dude is incredible at it.
Dude, really good at it, huh?
Like, Chase is an absolute animal at it. It's actually bizarre to me how because like we all have artist friends and like we know what they're doing, and I get a million texts a day and phone calls and stuff, and sometimes you just like really don't see stuff. Every now and then I'll see a text, I'm like, oh, I'll get back to that, and then you just never do.
Yeah.
But sometimes you straight up don't see stuff. Chase is always on top of it. I mean, it's bizarre. Social media, helping out everybody in his community, being the most normal person, yet being a freaking rock star at the same time, doing for the majority of it until this year by himself. I mean,
that's what's crazy to me. It feels like that dude's living in a world where he has 48 hours a day instead of 24.
It's bizarre. Like, I don't say he does it.
And he's really good about like, even if he doesn't get back to you, like he gets back to you and just says why he can't do something. And it's, I don't know, it's just really refreshing, man. But I guess it's shout out Chase.
Yeah, shout out Chase. Yeah, definitely good blueprint.
Yeah. So I like to play this game. I'm pretty excited to have you on here, but this is we've adopted this over the years. Mutual friends of ours, you know, have inspired it. Some other people I've seen online, but this is tailored specifically towards you with these questions here. But it's rank these 5 things without knowing what comes next.
Oh my gosh!
And this one is, if you can go back in time and relive these memories, okay. This is rank these 5 things, 1 being the best, 5 being the worst. Here we go, rank these 5 things. First is the whole squad, like all the homies on Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Didn't play video games growing up.
So I take that's a 5?
Yeah.
Non-existent?
Yeah, I wish I played video games, but no, not really. I was hunting.
Okay. So we'll say,
it's a 5.
Let me modify, revision, full squad going hunting all together.
Is there something about Jesus or your mama in here? So I'm not gonna like.
No, but I can't give any other secrets.
Oh God. Oh, dude. I just love killing shit like with my boys. Like that sounded so bad. Can we actually? I love hunting.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I usually 5 months out of the year I was hunting.
Don't think too hard.
4.
I might be here all day.
I'm just gonna leave some room for something. 4. Is it 4 the best?
1's the best, so you want 2. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
There we go, 2.
Yep.
Next one is gym class, where you got back-to-back kickball and dodgeball games. No math, no science.
Oh, dude. 4.
Okay. First time you saw boobs.
1.
What a memory. The best party you ever went to in high school.
Okay, dude. This was crazy. So, I got all my cousins.
Mm-hmm.
You know how I'm always telling stories about my cousins because they're all real.
Yeah.
They're the craziest dudes on earth. But, man, we threw this one party, and this is real. This actually happened. So my one cousin, and I'm not going to say his name because it's about to get a little graphic here, but we threw this ripper. I didn't. Somebody did. We attended. And I just remember it being the craziest night of my life. Like, lost my truck. Okay. It was Mardi Gras. It was Mardi Gras. And I will never forget, I was hanging out with this girl named Holland Winters.
It's a smooth name.
I have not said that name in so long.
Holland Winters.
Yeah, dude. She was hotter than a go-kart muffler. And I was so stoked.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, lost my truck. Haynes got hit with a fire extinguisher in the head. Then he got sprayed with the fire extinguisher. Then we went to this party, and my other cousin took a dump in the first floor.
Oh, man.
And there was no water on in the house.
Wow.
It like, the party rocked on for hours.
Yeah.
And no one could figure out what was going on. And it was atrocious.
I mean, dude, you have 3 and 5 left on your ranks. I feel like that has to be 3. I mean, it's definitely better than the last one.
And then we got canes, and then my other cousin got arrested in the parking lot, in the Walmart parking lot.
Now we're going back down to 5.
Yeah. It was awesome.
Well, the last one was when a kid throws a birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese, which is like pretty good, but nothing crazy.
That was the last one?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. You want to hear a funny story about Chuck E. Cheese?
Sure.
So I was writing with Rhett Akins, and he goes, first of all, we're like writing this song. I have this idea. I'm like really prepared to write Rhett. Rhett's obviously a legend.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, I asked him about a line. I was like, oh, Rhett, what do you think about this? And his answer was, well, it ain't no chew tobacco spit. And I was like, damn, you're right. It's not. So that was the first thing that I was like, all right, this dude is like for real. And he was like kind of joking, but like not really. And then after that, we got the demo back. Will sent the demo back to us. Mm-hmm. And his text back was, sounds great for in a Chuck E. Cheese. And I was like,
what do you do with that critique?
I literally was just like, so is it bussin'? Yeah. Or is it good enough to be at a Chuck E. Cheese?
Right.
Also, that just categorized Chuck E. Cheese for me too, because I think about the pizza anyway.
Well, I'm going to turn on my powers as a mathematician here. I'm going to run some numbers.
Yeah.
Let's say it gets into 2,500 Chuck E. Cheese and an average spin rate of maybe 5 to 6 times a day. I think you could be looking at $200,000 off a song.
Really? Well, I don't think that he was playing it through the Chuck E. Cheese. As a matter of fact, I think he was sitting at the table having a slice.
A slice, yeah.
And he was listening to it thinking, like this.
Yes.
And goes, sounds pretty good in a Chuck E. Cheese.
Right.
And
Noted. Well, that was a good one.
Sorry.
Rank these 5 things without knowing what comes next. It's a random category. There's no correlation to the answers. Just rank these 5 things. First up is Steve Harvey's mustache.
Oh gosh, I mean, what? I mean, 4.
Let's say 4.
Yeah.
What about like the drunk conversation that you have with your uncle at Thanksgiving? You only get it one time a year.
Oh, dude, that's definitely a 2.
It's a good combo.
Yeah.
Next one is ice baths.
Okay. So, have I told you about what I've been doing?
No.
Okay. So, I've been trying to take freezing cold showers.
That's the first step.
But there's just a lot of yelling involved.
Yeah.
Like a lot. And like I thought that I also the other day took a cold shower and forgot to breathe. And I fell. I was like so stoked to take this ice. Because like somebody told me the other day, like, oh dude, you don't take ice cold showers? I was like, no. I do if I'm hungover, like, you know, just to snap out of it. But
yeah.
I was like, no, I don't. And so I started trying them. You must breathe when you do these, or you will pass out.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with like a 3.
Thank you. The analysis is what gets me.
Yeah.
What about a shot of lukewarm tequila?
Oh yeah, absolutely one.
Oh, there you go. And the last one is Medicare. It's important. 65-year-olds, they need health insurance.
Oh my God. I mean, well, that feels a little.
Don't you feel a little bad about yourself just not waiting?
Medicare. Yeah, I feel like that would be in the whatever slot I have left, and I hope it's top 3 for their sake.
We're gonna hope. We're gonna run the tapes. Is it top 3? And
no, it's definitely 5.
Nope, it's 5.
I love old people too, dude.
No worries. That's why the game happens the way it does.
Right.
Graham Barham still likes old people.
I do.
You mentioned, okay, there's a lot of people that are talking, making decisions, doing all this stuff, but like, what's the goal for you, you know, a year from now? Like, if you could look back in a year and watch this podcast and like be like, where is the goal? Like, and you do it, what would it be?
I really hope I'm making better music than I am right now. And I don't mean that I'm not making good music right now. I'm just saying that I hope I hope that there's like an ample amount of progression.
That's part of your artistry, though. That's part of your journey, right?
Yeah,
you're gonna always write better songs tomorrow than today, or at least that's the hope.
That's the hope. Yeah, I mean, dude, I don't know. I would like to be. I think like goals. Looking back, are you talking about looking back for this year?
No, I'm saying like in 1 year from now, like where do you want to be? What's one thing on the bucket list you haven't done?
I want to be direct support on a big tour.
Yeah.
I think that would be super cool. I mean, I love playing live music, dude. That's why I love it. Yeah. I love shows and meeting people and drinking. And like, yeah. I feel like that as a songwriter, I'd like to have a song that I didn't put out, that I wrote for somebody else, go to radio. I think that would be something that I've been thinking about recently. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Do you find it like hard? I mean, because you're at such a critical time right now in your career where you're like on the rise as an artist, and I would argue equally on the rise as a writer. Do you ever find it difficult to, like, say you write a great song, right? And then someone comes in, they're like, man, I want to cut this song.
Never.
Are you like, you can't, it's mine?
Never.
So you just let it flow with who wants it?
Yeah, man. I mean, I feel like there's no, I mean, ask me in like 2 years if I have a song that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I wrote that song for Tyler Braden, that one that's going crazy right now.
Yeah. Good song.
Yeah, thanks, man. And somebody asked me the other day, like, you wish you would have put that out?
Yeah.
No, I mean, what kind of question is that? To me, that's how I see it. Of like, nah. Because that song was meant to live with Tyler, and it's been awesome for him. And, you know.
That's kind of like a backhanded compliment, because it's like, oh, like, do you wish you put it out because it's blowing up and doing so well and it could be doing it for you? It's like, no, dude, like, I'm a writer on the song. I'm doing fine. Dude, like, I'm helping this kid out, you know?
Absolutely. And dude, who's to say that, like, I put, oh my God.
We got another guest in the studio. You have a question? Yeah. This is the first time that I have allowed a celebrity guest, a celeb shot question on the podcast. So here we go.
I'm doing the interview now. I'm doing the interview now. Graham Barham, how are we doing, man?
I'm good, dude. How are you?
Good. So I got a question.
Oh my God.
I saw a piece of content that you made. You be killing it on the content.
I'm trying.
So the airplane was, I mean, how did you do that? Did you just time it perfect with the, did you have the speaker there, or how did that go down?
Dude, I'm going to be so for real with you. We had to stop.
What do you mean?
It got 3.5 feet from my head.
I know, dude. But you like played it cool. It was so close.
And
to
honestly,
your head.
bro, I was not even tripping.
Yeah.
I was just like, let's do it. And then we were rolling it back and they were like, all right.
Was that like a family friend down there in the bayou or what?
Yeah, dude, that was so my grandfather used to own a crop dusting service. That's what he did, was he flew air tractors. And that guy flies for my dad. My dad's a farmer, and so that dude sprayed my dad's crops, and he just called him up and was like, hey, would you fly over for a music video? And he was like, sure. So we went out there and I stood on the edge of the runway and we just blasted it out the Suburban. And the guys were like holding speakers because it was so loud.
Yeah, I bet.
And
I mean, it looks like you've posted like 3 or 4 videos of it.
Yeah.
So he like flew the plane over you, came back down, landed, did it again. How many times?
He would just stay in the air, and he did like 21 passes, I think.
Oh, so he made it look like he was coming close to the ground, and then so it looked like he was taking off of the runway.
No. He was literally just flying over the top of me that close.
And then maybe they'll edit this part out. I don't know, but it was fun. Maybe you can come on my podcast sometime.
I'd love to.
See you later.
All right, we got a few minutes left. Here's the thing. Good friends at Ariat, they help us out every year, and one of the things they like to do is the rapid fire questions. This is going to be pretty fun. Basically, we're going to wind up 60 seconds on the clock, and then I'm just going to free flow these questions. Don't think too hard. 60 seconds, rapid fire questions. Here we go. First celebrity crush.
Natalie Portman.
Scale 1 to 10. How good are you at wiffle ball?
Fire.
Did Watergate really happen? Yes or no?
I mean, dude, I ain't answering that. I mean, like, what the hell, dude?
If you could switch,
I mean, like, no, dude.
You run into your ex-girlfriend's best friend. Do you give her a handshake or a hug?
Hug.
What's the most embarrassing thing you've done in public?
Shit my pants.
If everyone in the world had to get married when they reach a certain age, what age would that be?
For me?
For everyone.
30.
Do you know the definition of triskaidekaphobia?
Is it scared of Triscuits?
No. If you were given an all expenses paid for life to just go to Paraguay and just chill, but you had to leave right now, would you do it?
Yeah.
Interesting. Would you rather never be able to play another show, or you could play as many shows as you want, but you would only be a Lynyrd Skynyrd tribute band?
Skinner's got some fire music.
That he does. And that was 60 seconds presented by Ariat. And you did well. Only one pass.
Yeah.
Yeah. But did it happen?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, 100%. Dude, I was so nervous you're going to be like Pizzagate, and I was going to get in this whole thing. I would have to like explain.
No.
Because you know I love documentaries. And I just
for sure.
You know, I don't read books, but
no, it's rapid fire questions. We don't got the time to get, into it. Maybe we will later, but I appreciate you coming on. It's always good catching up with somebody that I'm rooting for. Anything else you want to plug before we peace here?
Yeah, man. We're putting on music all year. Going out with Dierks Bentley this summer. Going to be at a lot of festivals this year, so y'all pay attention to the times and come see us. And yeah, dude, I'm so stoked to be here. It's a crazy full circle, and I know I'm full of jokes and whatnot, and not a very lighthearted person, but I'm grateful for this. So
always did. It's a lot easier doing these things with friends and people that we love. So thanks to everyone for tuning in. Graham Barham, y'all go check him out, and we are going to see you again next week. Thanks.